When you see things like that, does it not feel like we have gone in reverse just 50 years, not even to a worse time, but maybe some of the grossest periods of our history?
I mean, I saw last night and thought of not 50 years or 100 years, but I thought of like we were going back 2,000 years to the gladiator rings where you
that was Timu Rome, I'll tell you that. I read that.
You had failed presidents, failed leaders who were basically doing bread and circus, entertaining the masses because they were horrifying leaders. And I think the truth of last night, look, what he said about Michelle Obama is disgusting, and every single American, including Republicans across the street who are descending back in D.C., should be able to say it was disgusting, should never have happened at the White House. But the fact is, we're celebrating the 250th anniversary and just of this country. And just think about what George Washington would be thinking about this spectacle 250 years later. He would be thinking, this is exactly what we warned the country about. A demagogue who wants to divide us against each other, who is filled with hatred, and who is essentially making the country worse. And I hope, this isn't just what Trump does, it's what Republicans permit. And if they don't speak out about this, they own this as much as he does.
I just feel like the Obamas have not occupied the White House since,
10 years.
2016?
Roughly 10 years.
Yeah. Roughly 10 years, yet
January of 2017.
Come on now, yet every time the MAGA universe gets a platform, they end up bringing them up. Mm-hmm. They also always end up bringing race into it, and the Obamas into it. The president does it, the MAGA does it, and it's given like, why are you so obsessed with me? And there were people today that will say, as Mrs. Obama would say, when they go low, you go high, we have to ignore it, let it brush off. I feel as though that when comments have been made about Melania Trump, comments, frankly, that are not rooted in racist tropes, as in the comments that were made about Mrs. Obama, racist tropes literally to justify enslaving black women, okay, because the people in this country told themselves stories about how delicate women were, and then they had to fix the contradiction, because black women couldn't be delicate because now we got to working in the fields, okay? Right. So that's what this trope about strong black women being men is really about, but I digress. Things have been said about Melania Trump, frankly, that are rooted in facts about her presence in the Epstein files, about her relations, her relationship with and her connection to Jeffrey Epstein himself, so on and so forth, what she used to do. Y'all can Google it. I don't need to say it on television. What was said about Michelle Obama was a lie. Mm-hmm. But the things that have been said about Melania Trump, people have had to issue apologies. Mm-hmm. It's been wall-to-wall news coverage. And I have been just disgusted by the lack of coverage across the spectrum today about what was said about Mrs. Obama. But let me just end with this. The first joint portrait of the Obamas that was ever commissioned for the Obama Presidential Center was unveiled today. And let's put it up on the screen. The artist, Ndejika Okunyi-Crosby, she did this portrait. It was based on photographs taken by the artist, including archival images. Michael Steele, I think that the MAGA universe is so obsessed with the Obamas because Barack Obama and Michelle Obama represent something that they will never have. They are a part of the fabric of this country, the American story. It's bigger than politics. They are a part of the culture, and they enjoy a respect and a legitimacy that MAGA and, frankly, the president never will.
I think just taking that.
I said a lot.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
You did. No, you said a lot, and it was important. And I want to get Neera's response to it. But I want to add to it from this perspective on something you said. The Obamas represent something that those individuals out there that tear them down, castigate them, come at them racially, have always ascribed to white presidents and white first ladies. Mm-hmm. And they can't ascribe that to Donald Trump and his first lady. They just can't, for a whole host of reasons. Y'all can Google it, right? And it pisses them off. It makes them angry. And so they fall back and rely on the tropes.
Yeah.
And so I want to give you the last word on this. I found the comments reprehensible. Simone articulated how I kind of look at this as well. How do you think it's received around the country to hear any first lady described this way. Is our country so broken now that it really doesn't matter? Or do you think, I'm taking the politicians out of it because
they're terrible.
Right.
The 30% here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I think that it's not an accident that this comment was made just a few days before the Obama Library and the opening, because I think that consciously or unconsciously, people do know that the Obamas are not just popular with Democrats. Mm-hmm. They are popular with the American people. Period. And if you want to be honest, Michelle Obama has support from Democrats, independents, and some Republicans, despite all the attacks. And the reason why I think that they attack them so viciously is because they are both leaders who tried to lead across party. They were leaders who represented and had support of people across racial lines. Barack Obama had a lot of white people voted for Barack Obama, Latinos, Asians, and black people. And I think they cannot understand a country in which people cross lines, cross racial lines to support a leader, because they never expect that for them. Yeah. He is a president of only some Americans. Barack Obama always tried to be a president of all Americans. And that is one of the big fights that we continue to have as a country. Is the country for just some of us, or is the country for all of us?